And we're back.
Once again.
Did you miss us?
I did.
I was actually more asking the audience, expecting no response,
Oh.
but you can respond as well.
I missed you guys. I was gonna
That's very sweet.
I was gonna pull together I was gonna text you last night and say, hey, should we do a Friday night session? I don't know.
Because we're all sitting around doing nothing on a Friday night.
I know. Pretty much.
It's true.
If you have a few extra moments, you got a half an hour. Break out the mixer and start recording.
We just need a topic.
I have to say, it's been really exciting hearing feedback from people, watching the downloads climb. They're
climbing, aren't they?
They're climbing.
Every Monday, new episode.
It's like we invested in a stock that's not paying us any money but continues to rise each week.
I wonder when we get to go public.
Was that possible? Do you think the Smartlist guys went public on the...
Are they a corporation?
I think they may be.
Smartlist Corporation.
Yeah, they didn't go public, but they signed a big deal.
They signed a huge deal.
Yeah.
We did not sign a big deal
If
yet.
you had the choice of going to Ring the Bell on Wall Street as the podcast,
Yeah.
or somebody paying you $30 an episode, what would your choice be?
I mean, are you getting paid to ring the bell, or are you just getting
it's
the
free.
honor of it? Oh.
You're just going there. You can take pictures, selfies, you can post it.
It's not because you're posting an IPO. It's none of that.
No, you're just there to ring the bell. But people are gonna, like on CNBC, they're gonna be like, "Hey, what are we talking about, guys? Ring the bell on stock market."
I'm gonna take $30.
You're gonna
I'm taking the money every time. Every time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
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 I could have rung the bell. I could have gone over
You
there.
had a chance to ring the
like,
bell.
Doesn't has Tracy been over there? Because they like publicity. They take a show over there. They take the NCIS guys as a celebration of the 700th episode, and they ring the bell.
That's good for them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's good press.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's really good press too.
Otherwise, what are you making? $30 times 4 episodes a month, $120 times 10. What are you gonna do with that 1,000 something blah 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 amount of money?
Wait, hold on. Are we struggling with
I count
$120 times 10?
I count on my fingers. What? Tell me right now.
1,200.
Wrong.
$120 times 10?
No, I'm saying for a year.
Oh,
quickly. How much do you make for a year?
How much do I make?
You're getting
amount?
$30 an episode. Weekly episodes. 1 year. How much do you make?
That's 52 weeks.
I'm asking for the answer.
Okay, that's what $15,600.
Is that right?
I stopped listening about 2 minutes ago.
I don't know. But maybe that's the right time to break out the calculator and start the music.
Yeah, seriously, this is the longest tease,
By
and
the
we're
way-
doing math.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, because I can't hear myself. I think these. Anyway.
We aren't cueing the music yet.
I feel like Ben is always rushing us to get to the.
Yeah, why
to the
do you
music.
rush
Why
us?
Do you rush?
Because I feel like there's a rhythm to things and an expectation, and we just gotta get. Because you're not gonna bury the theme song in the middle of the episode.
How many seconds before you have to start the credits on Quantum Leap? Is there a rule?
It varies.
I mean, do you get agitated
And
if
wait, are
you're
you talking credits, or are you talking the title card?
the title card? Is there?
You could. That's a movable thing.
Yeah, it's movable.
As is the teaser here.
Yeah.
You just have to be okay with doing math and letting it breathe.
Hold on, I want to do that math again.
What did you say it was? Well, let's play the music and we'll come back and see the
All right,
answer.
there we go.
Yeah,
Here we go.
After the theme song, we're going to get to the math.
All right. All right, go ahead. What's the math?
My math was totally wrong.
What did you think
I was
it was?
off by a factor of 10. So I guess maybe I should actually go on CNBC and ring the bell instead.
Because how much would you make?
You would make $1,560, not $15,600.
So just to be clear, you believe.
But I was doing the other math. I was doing that times 10 math because of the.
Because 10 is easy.
Well, yeah, and you had me doing the other one.
Okay, but to be clear, then for you, $1,560 is less interesting to you than ringing the bell as the podcast on Wall Street.
Again, are we going public? If we're going public, then
No, but Mitch just told you before,
ringing
television shows go on there.
$1,500 in your pocket over the course of a year is still more money than ringing a bell on
What is the
Wall Street.
Mitch? You're in the world of publicity. You understand the value of these things. What is the monetary value of one of your casts of your shows ringing the bell on Wall Street, photo op? Isn't that worth more than $1,560?
Definitely worth more than $1,500 for sure.
That show is already on the air.
It's true.
Maybe it's premiering. Maybe it's about the number for the first week.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Look, I think it's all about the money. Truthfully, I think.
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm going to pivot. I don't think we should go to. I don't think we should go to the. We shouldn't go ring it. Let's just take the money.
What?
Is anybody invited? No one's inviting us, by the way.
I want to go ring it. Can I ring it?
I feel like people ring the bell now, and it's just like I feel like they let anybody ring the bell.
I want to ring the bell.
Everybody rings it.
I don't know if how many people in your social feeds have a picture of them ringing the bell?
3.
Yeah. Who were they?
I'm not
you don't even
names.
remember.
No, I just don't want to name names. But
okay.
Yeah, but 3 of them.
That's not that many people.
Yeah, that's true.
Listen, I'll go with that. You guys take the $1,500
and 60
and 60, right? I'm gonna go ring the bell, and I'll have cardboard cutouts of you guys or something.
Here's the good news: the good news is that we get the profit off of whatever comes out of you ringing the bell. So,
all right. Well, there you go.
This is why I want to get to picking a bowl.
Picking a bowl.
Picking a topic from the bowl. God, I'm terrible today.
I'm just telling you this. That was an important. We may come across a decision-making, a moment in time where we have to make that decision. We've talked about it.
Yes, when we go public, when we've built a corporation that will go public.
No podcast goes public.
Here's what I'd say: both of your wives are in publicity. We can figure this out. We should not talk.
I think if I asked Jen, she would say, "Go ring the bell."
Yeah,
$1,500 is not. You're probably making that has the value of $50,000.
But that's $10 each a week.
Oh my God!
When you break it down that way, it gets even worse, doesn't it?
And then we're gonna move on.
I get all the money.
Because listen, we have to get to the bowl. Okay,
yes.
This is taking way too long.
I know.
No, what I'm saying is, you get $1,560. You get $1,560. Everybody gets $30 an episode.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, then hold on. Then technically, we're making 3 times 1,500.
Yes, everybody's making $30 an episode.
Oh, so then that's what.
I still go ring the bell. That's all. All right. Hey, how's everybody's weeks?
Oh my God.
That's 4,680 for everybody.
Thank God he has a calculator. Hey, Mitch, how was your week?
It was good. How was yours?
It was good. Anything you'd call out in particular that was a watermark moment of your week?
Survivor Return premiered high.
Nice.
Up over the last year. Up is up.
Up is up.
Did watch it.
Yeah.
How much more over last year?
Like 5% or something like that. But
okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
That's good.
I mean, I don't know why we're talking about TV ratings here, but
because you don't have the bowl. That's why.
Well, that is.
Well, I'm going to give you the bowl because it's Mitch's week.
It's my turn.
Yes, it's your
turn.
turn.
We figured it out. Here, take the bowl.
Shit,
I'm handing it across the chasm of these little tables.
Well, okay, so
let's just to recap really quickly.
Yep.
And you should probably do that by the mic so everybody can hear the physical pieces of paper. That's a note you gave last time.
Excellent Foley art.
It's good.
Mitch broke for those who don't remember, Mitch broke his record, his drought on 107.
Yep.
Last episode, 108, was whose idea? That was Ben's idea.
What was the topic?
The topic of 108 was candy.
Oh, yes.
And that was right. That was Ben.
Candy.
Okay.
Yes.
So Ben and I have had our shots many, many times.
Yep.
The question is, will Mitch pick one of his ideas out of the bowl, and I'll hand it to Mitch.
I think we've got some good winners here today. All right,
okay.
Here we go.
All right, this is exciting.
We'll do it again.
It just adds tension. Maybe knock over the mic. That'd be good. Yeah.
Stop, Bobby. Stop looking at them. You're looking.
I want to see what you're going to pick.
Totally looking.
Let him do it. Let him do it.
Listen,
it's dramatic.
My eyes aren't affecting your hands.
That's where we don't have public domain music to use.
Do you need me to compose something?
Yeah. Oh, okay. He's got it in his hand.
Okay, well, hopefully I don't have 2. So let's see.
That was crazy when that happened.
All right. Turn your eyes.
Avert your
Avert your eyes.
Look away, Mary.
What is it?
Oh my God! You know what?
Is it yours?
This is mine.
Oh!
Another one.
And you know what? And you know what? It's timely. I just put it in the bowl today.
Oh,
how did that happen? You didn't push it far enough down
fresh
the bowl.
to the bowl.
I did not push it far enough down.
Okay.
Oh my God!
Now you know.
This is your wife will have an opinion about this, Paul.
Okay.
Okay. So here we go. I'm going to read the topic out loud.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I'm on the edge of my mic.
Will a comedy ever win for Oscar?
As in Best Picture?
Yes.
Like a comedy film. So the films that have what's nominated this year that actually is a comedy film? The Holdovers?
I guess.
Barbie?
Barbie, I would consider that, right?
The Zone of Interest?
I doubt that.
Yeah, that's probably not a comedy.
Yeah.
I think is Barbie the only comedy?
This is
American
a
Fiction has some comedic elements.
Some
to
comedic
it.
elements.
This
Yeah.
is also a larger conversation, right? Like this has been a
Right.
sort of a topic for years, right? That like, when they expanded the category, which was pretty recent, right? When they went to like 10 films,
A couple years ago,
Yeah.
5 to 10.
and I think that's when did The Hangover get in there? Maybe at some point, and then
No.
like Bridesmaids and some of those got nominated.
All great comedies.
Yeah, I think they did get in there. I think Bridesmaids got in there. I believe.
Huh.
I think when Harry Met Sally was nominated. I think like A Fish Called Wanda. Some of those things were in there.
I'm pretty sure Meatballs was in the 70s.
Meatballs was never nominated for Best Picture.
And this is probably why we're having this argument right now.
Yeah, and I think it's just I've always, like, yeah.
I'm going to look something up
You
here.
have to do a little research here.
I want to see. This is what happens when you don't know what the topic is before you do know. We can proudly say we do zero research before
Yeah.
any
There's
episode.
Yeah.
Zero preparation whatsoever.
Best Picture winners. I mean, that's what we want to know.
Or even nominees.
Just nominees.
Yeah, I mean, just who gets their shot at the title.
But listen, like if you're looking from last year, I mean, Everything Everywhere All at Once was not a comedy, right? Like,
but, again, had comedic elements, but
no,
but
I
a
mean, like
pure
a pure
comedy.
I don't know if they've ever won.
I'm going back. I'm in the 90s.
Slapshot.
I don't think that one.
Could have got there.
Rain Man isn't a comedy.
It had an Academy Award winner, right? Paul
Yeah.
Newman's one.
Annie Hall, 1978.
How funny was it, really?
Well, I don't.
In retrospect,
I mean, there has not been a winner.
So with that,
Yeah.
So why is that? Right? Like that's
yeah, Academy. What the hell?
yeah. That is like it's one of those things that I think. I mean, even Barbie, I think, is a bit of a stretch, even though that did have a lot of funny moments in it. But I don't know if I'd really categorize that as a comedy. So I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like some part of what the stigma against comedies is that the subject matter has the potential to be very broad, and it feels like Oscars tend to be a little bit more specific, a little bit more focused on certain things, and those things tend to be heavier topics. Maybe that's an explanation. I don't know if it's a good explanation, but it feels like something that appeals to the widest possible audience. Or actually, even comedies can be niche, I guess. I mean, not everybody does find certain kinds of humor funny. I don't know.
But I think it's a matter of what deserves a prestigious award, and typically whether it's genre like horror movies, whether it's comedies, musicals. I mean, I don't know. Did Chicago, I think, was nominated. But I think there's just a stigma tied to what deserves the best award in all the land. And you're never going to see a Groundhog Day win Best Picture. You're never going to see... if you guys could pick 3 comedy movies that never won, or maybe not even nominated.
I guess that's all of them, isn't it?
I think it's pretty much any comedy movie. You could call it out. And
I mean, you know what? Actually, you could maybe say Forrest Gump.
that won.
Didn't that win?
That
So
won.
that maybe. I mean,
Is
again,
it a comedy?
It wasn't a drama.
It had comedic elements, but it wasn't meant to be fun.
Right.
You just look at what's the genre listed on iTunes when you go to watch it, and that's drama.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like when two of the funniest movies I've ever seen, and the experience of seeing these movies is what made them beyond awards recognition category. Like just the experience of watching these funny movies in a theater when they came out. Like I will never forget the experience of these 2 movies, and those movies were the first Austin Powers and There's Something About Mary.
Yeah.
Seeing those 2 movies in the 90s in the theater with a packed house. I mean, those places were sold out, and everyone was just roaring throughout the entire movie. To me, again, whether they deserve, I'm not saying they deserve Oscars based on Oscar criteria, but at the same time, like, those were undeniably funny movies that hit it out of the park with audiences at that particular time. I don't know if current day audiences would feel the same, but it makes an impression when you see something like that and you go, I know it's never going to win the Oscar, but goddamn, that I got my money's worth out of that movie, and I enjoyed the hell out of the experience.
But think about this: like there are thousands. There's like 8,000 plus people that vote for Best Picture.
Right.
There's probably a lot of comedy fans, but for some reason, they aren't voting for. I mean, think about this last year. Like what Could you remember a movie this year you saw that you thought was funny? A comedy movie this year.
Probably Barbie.
Barbie.
Yeah,
Probably Barbie.
was pretty hilarious.
And so it was nominated.
Yeah.
It will not win Best Picture. By the time people hear this episode, that ship will already have sailed because we're recording this before the Oscars. But just the fact that it was nominated, I mean, I think that's a testament, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm trying to think of some other like When Harry Met Sally, like that stood out to me. I think that actually was nominated. I do think like Bridesmaids was hilarious.
That wasn't. There's no way that was nominated for Best Picture. Do you
look at it?
Do I have to look it up?
I think it might have been.
I don't know.
And I do think that The Hangover was in there because I believe that was right when they expanded the category
to 35 potential candidates.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Remember, it used to be like 5.
It was like 5 total. Right. Yeah.
Right? Now it's like what?
It's 10. Yeah.
It's 10. I don't.
No, is it not in there? I could be wrong.
I'm looking. I don't. There's too. Again, there's no planning for this show. I maybe I'm missing it, but I just don't remember that. So you have all power.
Yep.
Mitch.
Yep.
The 3 movies can be from since the dawn of time.
Wow.
That you can pick. Now here's the question.
Yep.
3 movies that get Best Picture, but for each choice you must remove one that won Best Picture. You got to switch them out.
Do you remember all the 90 some odd Best Picture winners?
Wait, is this a John Carpenter question?
This is not a John Carpenter
listen,
question.
I'm with you on this one because I don't really pay that much attention to who won what.
You know, I'll actually break it down a step further.
Okay.
The mark of a phenomenal movie for me is if it comes on at 8:00 on a Tuesday night and I'm sitting there, I'm going to watch it. Right?
So Step Brothers.
100%. I'm not saying that should have won an Oscar, but 100%. But there are plenty of Oscar winners that I'm not going to ever watch again. Personally, I'm probably never going to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. So I'm probably not going to watch that if it pops on. Great film.
Sure.
Crazy what they did in that movie, but I'm never going to probably watch that again. I don't even know if I'd watch Oppenheimer again, even though I'd love
Is that
Oppenheimer.
a comedy?
No, but I'm saying.
I see.
It is a time commitment.
I'm actually just projecting that it's going to win, and I'm probably saying I probably wouldn't watch that again.
I mean, I would agree with you. I don't know how popular of an opinion that is, but one was enough. It's well made. It's a very the craft of it amazing. But
you don't want a sequel to Oppenheimer.
I don't need to see any. I don't need to see what happened after the bomb or none of those things.
But top comedies. I mean, I would have to probably put The Hangover in there.
Okay,
yeah, that was a great one.
That was just felt different than anything else we had really seen.
Right.
I know. I mean, I would maybe put When Harry Met Sally in there just because it really holds up.
Would you jettison Nomadland for either of those?
100%.
All right, good, but not Parasite.
Not
Parasite was so good.
Parasite stays.
Yeah, it was so good.
But Nomadland, maybe I don't know, Birdman.
Birdman was good.
You like Birdman? Would
Sure.
you get rid of? I'm just looking down the list. I don't know. These are a lot of good movies.
There's a lot of good. Yeah,
that's why they're Oscar winners.
But Nomadland, I think we could all agree, get rid of it for that. Okay, so that's your first one. What are your other 2?
What did I do? I said When Harry Met Sally. I think I'd throw that one in there.
Yep.
God, what's another just amazing comedy? I mean, like I know I said Bridesmaids, but that is funny from top to bottom. I mean,
from beginning to end, from start to finish.
Yep.
From A to Z.
Soup to nuts.
Soup to nuts.
I mean, what was the other one? What was the other? What was the super crude one with Ben Stiller?
Something About Mary.
Something About Mary.
Yeah.
Not really. I don't know. That's
Meet the Parents.
Meet the Parents.
That's
yeah.
not Oscar.
What are your 3, Ben?
Bad News Bears.
The original.
Yes.
Interesting.
I love the Bad
with
News
Tatum O'Neal and
Walter Matthau.
Walter Matthau.
I mean, are we going grumpy old men? Are we bringing that up?
I mean, if that's you could pick 3
Oh,
if that's if you want to go there.
God, 3 comedies. I mean, like I said, I did say Austin Powers and There's Something About Mary, but Mitch said something about Mary, so I'm not going to say that.
Perhaps we're uncovering the issue as to why this is.
No, it's just
it's hard to come up with a comedy movie that you believe is because for example,
but
Mitch
I don't remember all the Oscar winners. Like you can tell me the Best Picture for 10 years, and I'll be like, maybe I saw 5 of them. I don't always see the Best Picture of the year.
But aren't you facing, like Mitch? Weren't you facing this conundrum? You were like, you say something like When Harry Met Sally or Bridesmaids, and what's happening in your head is you're like, should I say that? Because I don't know, is that worthy of an Oscar for Best Picture? Isn't that what the thought process is?
No, well, a little bit, but I was more trying to think if there were other ones that I was missing because you told me to pick 3, so I was trying to really boil it down.
But Ben can't even come up with 3.
Because this is like when you go to a meeting with an executive and they're like, what shows are you watching right now? And I'm like, I'm watching a million shows and I can't remember a single one of them. So I've seen a million comedies and I cannot remember a single one at the moment.
Well, can I say my 3?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you.
I know.
If anything pops into my head,
Again, reminder, we do zero prep here. So.
Zero prep. Here are my 3 that for sure should have gotten Best Picture, and I'll tell you which movies should be jettisoned in return. The first is Ghostbusters.
I was going to say Ghostbusters, actually.
100% Ghostbusters should be Best Picture, and get rid of with the Francis McDormand movie.
Nomadland.
Get rid of that. The second is Groundhog Day.
That's a good one.
Bill Murray.
Good one. Yeah.
I would, for that, get rid of Crash.
Okay.
And
people have very mixed opinions about
I don't know that
movie.
people love Crash.
I don't think people do.
And then the third, and this is going to be super controversial, but I'll tell you why, is the second Austin Powers.
Yeah, no, that's terrible.
I'm sorry, no. I said the wrong thing. The second Ace Ventura.
Oh, okay.
That is generally not a great movie, but there is a sequence in that movie that I was in the movie theater and I literally could not stop laughing. I had so much pain in my stomach. There's a moment where Jim Carrey is hiding in a fake rhino, spying on people, and the rhino is covered in like latex, and he's got a fan in there going, and he's spying. And then after the spying is over, he tries to get out, and the door is locked, and the fan breaks, and he starts to get super hot inside this rhino. And so now he's taking all of his clothes off, and he's sweaty, and he's naked inside this rhino, and he's desperate to escape because he thinks he's going to die inside this really hot rhino. And he notices at the back of the rhino a tiny little thing of light, and actually realizes it's the anus, like the opening at the back of the rhino. And so then you cut to a family on safari, and they're driving through this area, and they stop to see this rhino.
As he's crawling out the back.
As he starts to crawl out the back, like his sweaty arms are pushing out of the back. And he basically births this sweaty Jim Carrey onto the ground.
I do remember that.
It is the funniest moment. And I'd just get rid of probably Schindler's List for that.
What?
What?
I'm kidding.
That's fairly controversial.
No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't. I don't know.
I've got one that I forgot.
Yeah.
That I think is at the top of the list for me is Weatherman. I'm sorry, Anchorman.
I loved Weatherman. Who was in
was
Weatherman?
amazing. Steve Carell. No, Anchorman. I would put that in there.
All right.
Anchorman is good.
It's a good one.
Ron Burgundy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And would you get rid of anything in particular? Or you're not calling it out?
I mean, no, I just can't remember all of them. Was did 3 Billboards win? I'd probably knock that out.
3 Billboards.
Yeah, what was that?
Oh,
3 Billboards outside of
that was Francis
Essex
again, right?
County. I don't know what it is.
I'm getting it.
I don't remember. Yeah, I know which one you're talking
You know
about.
what I'm talking about. I think that did win.
It didn't leave a mark for
Right.
you.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's okay.
There's just a handful of those in the last couple of years that have won that I would probably never watch again. Not to say they weren't done well and they hold a spot sort of in for someone, but they just didn't register really with me.
Comedy that I would put in there that most people maybe don't laugh at is Barton Fink.
Is it a comedy, though, or does it just have comedic elements?
It is humorous.
It is humorous, but not a comedy. I mean, that's an intense movie.
It's not that intense.
Oh, my gosh, you've got people running through fire.
Just one guy.
Just
How
it's like going to kill.
Okay, wait, hold on. All right. Wait, getting closer to actual comedy.
Yeah.
Raising Arizona.
100%.
100%.
There you go.
100%. I would go with that.
Yeah, also, that's like that. By the way, I wonder, was that even nominated? Probably not, right?
Raising Arizona?
I don't know.
Probably not.
That is an all-time
That's
favorite.
an all-time favorite for sure. That's a game changer.
Yeah, that's very well done.
I mean, by the way, you could also even throw. I mean, could you throw Beverly Hills Cop in there?
Sure, you sure can.
The first one?
Under the current rules, paragraph 6, section 3.2 of the comedies as Best Picture winners, yes, you may.
Yeah.
So have you adjusted your list?
I'm adjusting as we go.
What's your 3 now?
I mean, I think Anchorman probably falls somewhere in that list now.
So now you've got Anchorman, Beverly Hills Cop.
I think I've got Hangover in there, and then I'm going to try to figure out what that third one is by the end of this thing. I probably wouldn't put Beverly Hills Cop in there yet.
All right.
I've just changed my list as well. I think talking about, I'll stick with Ghostbusters and Groundhog Day for the third one.
It's got to be something with a G.
No, but here's the thing. In thinking about it, just a moment of a guy nakedly being birthed out of the back of a rhino does not make a Best Picture comedy film. But you know what does is Rushmore. That for me is it's not just doesn't just have comedic elements. I think it's Wes Anderson's best movie. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
I like Bottle Rocket.
You like Bottle Rocket better?
Oh, Bottle Rocket's good.
Yeah. Well, just because that was the start of it. Like that. I mean, Rushmore was interesting. I was like, but
wow, that was
ish.
that was like
like
Statler and Waldorf-esque.
No.
There you go.
No, I don't remember actually laughing at that movie. That's why.
Oh,
whereas Bottle Rocket, I distinctly laughed at.
You did.
Dignan.
What about Cannonball Run?
Oh, wait a minute. Good Lord, you're right.
Right?
Cannonball Run?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
I mean, the bloopers at the end. That was
oh, come on. That movie's so good.
That dates us so
so
much.
good.
That was such a good movie.
Yeah.
But was it funny? Wasn't it more action comedy? Wasn't it more like a Rush Hour?
Okay, but why?
I mean,
Yeah.
You can. I mean, Beverly Hills
Sure.
Cop was too. You can
Yeah.
call it out.
But why?
Yeah.
Why does action modify the comedy?
I mean, it's just how they put it on the VHS box. Action comedy.
Because you could argue that Ghostbusters is an action comedy as well.
I wouldn't say that.
It's a VFX comedy.
It's a sci-fi comedy.
Okay, but
all right.
Yeah.
supernatural, paranormal.
Super. Listen, on the iTunes store, you can only have one genre.
Well, that's
You got to pick the genre.
Yeah.
You got to pick what it is. What the heck is that?
That's music.
What is going on? Why is there music playing on your phone?
I didn't write that music.
Did it just start? Okay, this is weird.
That's weird.
Okay, wait, what song was it?
Was it from Cannonball Run?
No, it was Leon Bridges.
Okay, what's the title of the song?
If You Were Mine?
Okay, let's think about this for a second.
Then what would happen?
Why would that, out of nowhere, we're sitting here talking.
Ghosts.
Well, I was going to say Rhinestone Cowboy, but that was maybe that.
Wait,
triggered
you
it.
were going to say that, and then this song started playing?
Yeah.
But that wasn't Rhinestone Cowboy playing.
That wasn't.
But is it a country song?
No, it's a country song. Yeah.
Do you listen to a lot of country?
I do listen to country, yeah.
I just think that kind of stuff is super strange. Like if you're ever sitting somewhere and suddenly like your phone just starts playing a song
Yeah.
out of nowhere. Isn't that eerie?
Sure. Here's the thing about country music.
Yeah, go for it. Here he goes.
It's country music.
Which country?
Oh, that's good.
I mean, like, right? So
Well-
we call it country music, and it's a certain type of music that we play in this country.
Yeah.
You go to another country, does their country music sound the same as our country music?
But hold on now. Hold
Isn't
on.
it tied
That's-
to
well-
America?
Well, it's also you would also use the word country to reference like backwoods, right? You're out in the country, so that's
Sure.
where that's where the
Right, but the backwoods of Mexico is very different than the backwoods of the United States or Canada or France or Belgium
Sure.
or Luxembourg.
But I think when they're saying country music, they're saying not American music. They're saying
Who's saying that?
well when you identify like rock and roll or hip hop music or whatever, right? Like when you're saying country music, you're saying
Sure, from that region,
From
of,
that
of
region.
our country.
right.
But
if you're in
other countries have those kinds of regions as
But-
well.
But they don't. I know if you're in Berlin and you say you're sitting somewhere with somebody and somebody says, "Hey, put on some country music." Isn't that American country
That's
music?
what I'm saying. So why did we get to corner the market on quote unquote country music?
Well, also, can't you make the argument for the NBA World Championship?
Well, you're talking sports. I don't know what this
Right.
means.
Because it's called the World Championship,
right.
right? Or
But it's only in the
Right.
United States. But the league is made up of players from all around the world.
well, only recently. They've always called it. We've always been called ourselves world champions. If you win the Super Bowl, you're world champions. If you win in the
Right,
NBA
right.
championship-
In the one country that has an actual football league
Yeah.
that plays in this contention. Yeah.
Right. So that's
It's clearly a very American-focused title.
Yeah.
You were scared of talking about the ghost thing, though.
No, not at all.
I got the sense that you.
Oh no, I'm all for it.
like
Why would I be scared?
Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore, Ghost.
No. That's not a comedy.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
No, what I'm just saying is we don't.
Oh,
have to, we don't have to like go deep into it, but just when stuff like that happens,
yeah.
I don't just say to myself, "Oh, it's just some random thing like the phone." I actually stop and I say, "What was the title of the song? Why in this moment did that song start playing? What is happening around us
Yeah.
that
Well, I did have music playing before, and I put it on pause.
and was it that song?
It was on that song.
So it
Oh, well
got
then-
impatient and it wanted to play again.
yeah, maybe.
So that's less interesting.
That's yeah.
Okay, so it just randomly happened.
No Ghost.
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
2 more comedy movies
Yeah.
Okay, do it.
that I believe deserved Oscars.
And you have to get rid of the 2. You
Okay.
can only have 3.
That's fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna. Yes, fine. I'm keeping Bad News Bears.
Okay.
I'll get rid of the others, and I'm adding Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, that's a good.
Yes.
As far as John Hughes movies go, that sort of translate to today, that holds up. I think the best.
Yeah.
And then Grosse Pointe Blank.
That's a good one too.
So you picked Ferris Bueller, Grosse Pointe Blank, and what's your third?
Bad News Bears.
See, here's what I'm gonna say, and this is my argument.
I think I have to choose Ferris Bueller also.
Why comedies, I think, somehow get shortchanged and why it annoys me. Because if any one of the movies that we just named comes on, you're stopping what you're doing and you're
Absolutely.
watching it.
Yeah.
So what does that say
Right.
about...
If Nomadland comes on, you're like, oh, I'm just going to sit here and watch this now.
I mean, so that's what I'm saying. Like, what is it about... What qualifies as a Oscar-winning film? And I guess that's what I'm... At the root of it, that's what my issue is.
But I think in my head, as I think about those movies, I think to myself, is it worthy of an Oscar? Because it feels like comedy movies are a passing, diversion.
Really?
But I mean, I feel like that's what people who are voting for these awards are thinking. It's not heady. It's not.
But here's what I say.
Heavy enough.
But isn't comedy the hardest thing to do?
Hardest.
Yes, and here's the thing about comedy is John Hughes is a perfect example. Tastes change, and I think maybe this is the reason why the Oscars tend to be as limited, and I don't mean that critically, but limited as they are, is because I think they're trying to pick the movies that have the most timeless quality, and comedies can sort of although you know what, no, that's not true. I imagine there's Gone with the Wind is pretty problematic at this point in time. So
100%.
So I guess so. Not everything is timeless. So I'm taking back my argument. I'm completely wrong.
I know
I'm batting like 0 for 7.
Well,
today.
I don't know if there's a right answer for this one. It's just it's always puzzled me, and I think it's also like if you think about the some of the biggest films over the years have been comedies. They don't make their way into the category, and it's always been odd to me. I mean, again, to your point, I can sort of make an argument as to why they don't get in there, but then I talk myself out of it too. So I don't know.
But to your point, it's like categories that just are not recognized by places of honorificness. Like, heavy metal had a hard time in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for most of its the Hall's history until recent years. Same thing with rap and hip hop eventually got in on the list. Progressive rock kind of they keep it off the list. So there's all these sort of institutions that kind of decide what is the high bar for their industry are kind of gatekeepers sometimes. They there's certain things they just refuse to acknowledge that these things have their place at the table.
And by the way, I mean, you have something like the Golden Globes, which is problematic. They've been problematic in their own right, but they have a comedy section, right? Because clearly,
but it's like musical or comedy. Like, why do those two things?
Why isn't it musical comedy or Western or horror?
Well, why do musical and comedy have to be in the same category? Like that to me is weird.
Super bizarre,
right?
Like the Emmys don't do it. Television doesn't do it.
But isn't the whole thing, this whole award thing, kind of ridiculous, anyways?
I mean, listen, it's nice to be nominated. I'm sure. I don't know. I probably never will know. But it is. I think people deserve to be recognized for their work. But a lot of people do a lot of this work, and only a few people get the recognition.
But here's the thing: sometimes you may not be nominated for an award, but they might invite you to ring the bell on Wall Street.
Oh my God!
And if you do, that is an award unto itself.
With $30.
No, $30. So I think
I'll tell you, ringing that bell, that's not going to get you lunch.
Nope.
I guess not.
Unless do they serve you lunch?
They probably do.
Oh,
they probably.
I want to know if anybody knows. Let us know what they serve you for lunch. Mitch, you know 3 people.
Yeah, I can make
find out what the setup is. Is it like a charcuterie tray? Is it some kind of like cheese and like what do you get?
I think you're in and out in 15 minutes. They
just for the photo op.
I'll see you in. Ring that bell. Get out.
Yeah.
I do have to say the listeners, by the way, I think we all experienced this over time. We asked that question on a previous episode regarding one full swoop, if you remember.
One fell swoop.
Is it one fell swoop?
One fell swoop. One fell swoop.
601, half a dozen.
We're going to get it wrong
it's just like the weatherman.
But I just want to call out to the people out there, the people who were listening to the show multiple times. I think we all got texts with just the photo of William Shakespeare to say,
I didn't get any of those
hey,
texts.
idiots, here's the answer.
Yeah, my nephew.
You got the text. I didn't get the text.
I got it, and Mitch got one too.
My nephew Max was like, yeah, dude, that's where it came from. I was like, oh, really?
He's pretty literate.
Yeah.
We have a
have
very smart audience. What?
That's not great tape. No. No, that's not great tape.
Okay.
All I'm saying is we have a very smart audience, and for those out there who are new to the show, listen, follow us. Ben, where can they follow us these days?
Well, they can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, X,
Yeah.
Threads, Blue Sky.
There it is.
Blue Sky.
Every time.
This show is sponsored by Blue Sky, everybody.
I mean, if it's not by now,
Disclaimer: it is not sponsored by the Blue Sky. But if Blue Sky wants to sponsor us, we'll take $30.
I think you're selling yourself short. Well, to that end, thank you for listening. This is Paul.
This has been.
this is Mitch.
And this is what we've been talking about.